Hi, this is Monty from Motor Park Vehicles and welcome to another one of our detailed vehicle appraisals on a car that's just recently come into us. This is our lovely 2017 Ford Focus Titanium X EcoBoost automatic with the appearance pack. I think I've got all that right. Two owners from new. First owners owned it since 2018. Initially the car was a Ford direct car, which normally means you know, someone within the Ford environment, sort of like, you know, working at head office, that type of thing. It was probably their car originally, and after about a year they come and get filtered back through the dealer network. We had the same thing when I worked for Mercedes-Benz for 14 years. You had them for 10 months, a year, and they came back through the network again. She's covered 59,000 miles with 7 Ford main dealer stamps. That's it, 7. So the car is what? 5 years of age? Just over 5 years of age. 7 services, all done at Ford main agents. Now I'm briefly just walking around the car and I'm going to give you a more detailed view very shortly. I think the sun's going to come out very shortly, so you might get a bit of glare through the lens, that type of thing. She's in moon dust silver. There are a couple of different colour silvers around this sort of age of car. Moon dust silver with the appearance pack, so the larger 18-inch alloy wheels, the privacy glass that you get. I think that's what it was with the appearance pack. You've got front and rear parking sensors. You've got reverse camera. You've got keyless start, keyless entry, xenon lights. The list goes on and on. Folding mirrors, auto lights, auto wipers. So really nicely spec'd vehicle with a great service history and great ownership. 2 owners from new. One Ford direct, as I mentioned earlier, and then a private individual owned the car from 2018 right up until 2022 when we purchased the vehicle from him. Now the sun might go in a few seconds, which would be great, only because we get a bit of glare coming through the camera lens. So what have we done to the car since we've had it? We have had, if you look at the MOT was done by the previous owner. There were advisories on there for front brake pads and discs. We've had them replaced. We've also had the 2 front wheels refurbished. Okay, so 2 front wheels refurbished. Both of the rear wheels are okay. I think there's 1 or 2 tiny little scuffs that I've touched in on this one here, but just didn't warrant us having the full wheel refurbished. Just a couple of little marks. And I think if you're looking at a car that's done 59,000 miles, yes, she is 5.5 years of age. Average mileage really for that sort of you know, average customer now does about 10 to 12,000 miles a year, so it's sort of average mileage. So it just didn't warrant us having the other wheel done. But we've done the advisories for you, so you don't need to. But what we also done at the same time, when the vehicle had a safety inspection and they were doing the brakes for me, the guys did say to me that the front tyres, little bit worn on the outer edges, might have been underinflated, but not advisories on MOT. But we got them replaced for you. Rear tyres are absolutely fine, but we put a brand new set of tyres on the front. Now going down the side of the car, hopefully it all looks good. I'm not too sure how much you're going to see, but hence the reason why we do these videos. It's all about trust, honesty, integrity. We try and tell you how it is. We'll try and tell you about service history. We'll try and tell you about what the car drives like. And I've personally put, I'll have a look in a minute, but I think I've put about 300-400 miles on the car myself. Let's have a quick look. Will it come up on there? Probably won't do straight away. No, I'll tell you what I've done on the car, because I'll start her up for you very shortly. But I've done about 300-400 miles. I picked the car up in the sort of Newport, Cardiff area. My mum lives in Newport, so I tend to go and, you know, visit her once a week. Pick up a car, go and see her, drive it back, make sure everything's fine. And yeah, I've done 300-400 miles in the car. Has drove impeccably throughout that time. Let's just show you inside. So it's keyless entry. It's not obviously going to work now because you've got the keys in the car. You've got 2 keys with the vehicle. Now apologies, when you're looking at things like door panel, you might see it looks like marks or whatever. It's not, it's just the way the sun is glaring off of some of the chrome trims. Door panels are fine. 4 electric windows, electric mirrors, folding mirrors. I mentioned earlier on, you got automatic headlamps, you got electric seats, driver and passenger from memory. I'll double check on the passenger side. Not fully electric with memory. You know, your backrest, you can move the seat backwards and forwards, tilt it up a little bit, but you get some customers want to tilt the back, it doesn't, it tilts the whole seat, and the backrest and the head restraints are manual. Cruise control, everything works as it should. I played around with all the buttons on my journey, heated seats, the air conditioning's nice and cold, front and rear parking sensor I mentioned earlier on, and a reverse camera and the kind of park pilot assistance, you know, for parking the car itself really. I've used it a couple of times. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it does work. Large navigation screen there, you've got everything, all the functionality. There'll be pictures of there with the nav on, with the reverse camera, with the Bluetooth, the DAB radio, the whole lot. Everything you're going to need is just a touch of a button away. Hopefully that looks good. See down here as well. I mean, look at all the insides of the door. Inside the doors, it's a lovely car. It really is. Half leather interiors you'd get with a Titanium X. I've left the centre armrest down there so you can sit down. Alloy wheels look absolutely fine on this side. It was the passenger side rear where I touched up a couple of marks. But in lovely condition, really is. But I probably would say that, wouldn't I? Boot all nice and clean, 60-40 split folding seats, and you've also got spare wheel down there, untouched. Now, there are a few little stone chips here and there, and I'll show them to you very shortly. And there's one little bit on the back bumper that I've tried to touch up as best as possible. Now again, these videos aren't designed to pick holes in our cars. You know, they're not. Okay, I just want to be honest with you. I don't want you to travel 200 miles away or even 200 yards away to come and have a look at a car that someone's misdescribed. So, let's see if I can try and do it from here. You've got a tiny little bit of a scratch there. I've tried to touch up as best as possible, and a little bit on there as well. I've done my very best. The alloy wheels, I think there's a 1, 2, 3, a couple of little marks there, which I've done my very best to touch them all up. But apart from that, great car. And again, I think majority of customers will understand there are going to be some imperfections with vehicles. They're never going to be brand new. Apologies, you're going to get me sort of standing in the shadows. I'll try and move the camera around so you don't see me. That's very hard to do. But back of the car is absolutely fine, believe me. So yeah, majority of customers will understand the car is never going to be brand new. But let's go into as much detail as we possibly can. Because what we do this. I'd like to think I'm slightly different to majority of garages out there, majority of the dealers. You know, some people wouldn't bother changing the tyres. To show you more in here. Now I don't know if you're going to pick it up really, but no, you're not. The centre console there, absolutely lovely, because that's like a metallic black, and it really does sparkle in the sun. Yeah, so majority of garages, because these Focuses, when they ever need discs, the outside of the disc always looks fine. It's the inner edge. It's the inner edge that tends to have quite a bit of rust build up, just the way the kind of caliper design is. Now you'll get a lot of garages out there won't bother doing the tyres. They'll just say to you, weren't an advisory on the last MOT, why should I replace them? Why should I do the disc? The disc ain't too bad, they're only an advisory, it's not a failure. I like to think that I go above and beyond. I'd like to think so, hence the reason why, whether I pick this car up from Wales or not, I drive everything I've got here. Everything I've got here, and up there, and along here, and there. Excuse the noise in the background because they're doing a lot of building work over here, and there's an MOT station being built there in a service bay. I'd like to think I try and put the car through its paces, and yeah, whether I pick the car up 10 miles away from here, I still put 200-300 miles on it just to make sure the car is okay. But yeah, all I can tell you, this car drives lovely, but I would say that, let me get back in the car, let me start her up for you. Oh, go. Push button start. Need me foot on the brake. There we go. Let's turn that music down. Let's close. So just to show you, there's no kind of warning lights or anything like that. So I have personally done 390 miles in this car, averaging 43.5 miles. So some of that was motorway, some of that was town driving. Everything works as it should. All of the touchscreen does. Heated seats, the air conditioning, all works absolutely fine. Stop start, you can switch the stop start off if you want to. This is how the sort of park pilot works. Press here and then you can sort of parallel park, and you can change it for all different kind of parking settings and what have you. There we go, let's just switch that off. So there we go, I have covered 300. That bleeping that you've got there is just to do about the interior sensors. You can switch that off if you want to. Apologies for taking 11 minutes. I really do apologise. Most of these videos are all done and dusted by about 8 or 9 minutes. But I just wanted to show you a bit more about inside and what we've done to the vehicle. So if you're interested in this car, please don't hesitate to give me a call, send me a text, email, whatever you want to do, and I'll get back to you straight away. The car will also come with a nationwide 6-month warranty with a claim limit of up to £2,000. You can use that wherever you want to. You don't have to bring a car back to us. In fairness, we can't get all our work done here. We don't have any facilities here. We outsource everything that we need working on. So as long as it's a VAT registered garage, as long as they undertake warranty work, you can go there and have the car worked on. Not a problem. And just to finally let you know, we don't charge you any admin fees. We don't charge you any documentation fees, and we don't overcharge on the price of the cars. We always try and keep them in a good or a great price indicator on Auto Trader. Anyway, thank you for sticking with me. Nearly 12 minutes now. Thank you very much, and hope to speak to you soon. Bye bye.